It's an unforgettable hunt for the ringneck pheasant with a truly remarkable cast of characters.
Rooster!
Ouch! I don't think it gets any better than this. Great American tradition.
As we walk side by side in the fields of South Dakota, we're celebrating the many footprints we've left behind.
Rooster!
Nice!
We are cleared for launch on this Sporting Classics.
Some adventures are found at the crossroads of epic and unforgettable, and they're best enjoyed with a close friend, a companion who cherishes the sporting life just as much as you do. It's someone who knows the magic contained in the simple phrase, opening day, and who understands that the words hunter and conservationist are one and the same, for we've been giving back for generations. And sharing the outdoors with someone who celebrates the history, the art, and the romance of this way of life makes for a friendship to last the ages. One where the sound of a snickering horse, the crackling of a mountain campfire, the whiff of gunpowder will transport you to that same stirring part of the soul. Welcome to Sporting Classics. That old trusted friend who shares your love of adventure and reminds you of the greatest days of your life.
I think we're good if everybody's ready.
All right, let's do it. Time to release the hounds. He's in here, boss. He's in here, I can tell. Get ready.
Rooster!
Oh, yeah. Just like I remembered it. It's just fantastic, isn't it? The ringneck pheasant.
Rooster!
Oh, there you go, Walt. Nice shot. Great shot, Walt. Wow, that was out there. Not bad for a quail hunter.
There's more in here, I see them.
Be ready. Good
Rooster!
shot.
Blocker!
Here you go.
Rooster!
Rooster!
That wasn't a bad shot. They fly fast, and especially when downwind, and they're beautiful takeoff. They take off and then level out,
Nice.
and it's just a beautiful bird.
Rooster!
Awesome shot,
Good
dude.
job.
Well
Here.
done.
It's a great experience to be out here with Paul Nelson Farms, to be hunting in this amazing state of South Dakota, in this great nation.
Ouch. Well, I like pheasant soup.
And this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. I don't think I'll ever forget this.
Rooster!
Yeah! Good shot, Dad!
I don't think it gets any better than this. Great American tradition. And the birds are flying well, too.
Rooster!
All right, another dandy push. It's always good to be in South Dakota in the fall, but it is especially good to be at Paul Nelson Farm.
We are enjoying one of the great sporting lodges in the United States and one of the great sporting birds. To hunt pheasants at Paul Nelson Farm is truly a gift. And now I am sharing that gift with a remarkable covey of hunters. For South Dakota, pheasant hunting isn't just a sport, it's a way of life, and the lifeblood for so many in the state. No one knows more about that than its elected officials, such as Senator John Thune and Governor Kristi Noem.
You know, for us, hunting's a way of life. We hunt a lot of big game in our family, but we also bird hunt. And to be here with my kids and to enjoy it is something that I think my dad, my grandpa, my grandma, my great-grandfather would all appreciate. That some things change really fast in the world today, but some things never change, and that's what's important.
Rooster!
Yeah, I mean, South Dakota, it's about a $300 million a year impact on our economy. And we'll have over 100,000 out-of-state hunters come to South Dakota, spending money in our small towns, in our hotels, in our restaurants. And, you know, so it's something that has a tremendous value to our economy here in South Dakota. It's a very big deal. and we celebrate it.
Rooster, Walt! Nice. Pretty, pretty. Look at them all, look at them all.
One of my favorite hunting companions is my Brays Island neighbor and good friend, General Walt Boomer. The retired 4-star general led all Marines in operations Desert Shield and Desert Storm during the Gulf War. Though days of leading men into battle are behind him, Boomer is still drawn to where the action is.
Walt! Nice. You look at this and you go, this is why thousands of hunters come into South Dakota. I mean, they've taken the pheasant and made it a brand and tied it to the state in a way. I don't know of any other state that's really done that. Rocky Mountain elk in Colorado, or maybe mallards in Arkansas, but South Dakota has taken it to a whole different level.
Something similar to the Bob White thing in southern Georgia, but as a quail hunter, this is a great hunt. Great hunt.
Wonderful bird, isn't it?
Yep.
Good shooting, General.
And today I'm flanked by yet another general, Brigadier General Charles Duke, who was and still is the youngest man to ever walk on the moon. As the lunar module pilot of Apollo 16, Duke has seen with his own eyes visions that earthbound mortals can only dream of. But years before he took the ride of his life on board the most powerful rocket ever built, General Duke's journey began as a young bird hunter.
Well done. General Duke, good shot.
So when did you start bird hunting? Did you bird hunt as a kid in
A little bit.
South Carolina?
Walked them up.
Yeah.
Yeah. My twin brother and I had, we shared a 20 gauge.
Yeah.
And I'd shoot and give it the gun, he'd shoot.
Rooster!
Got that one.
Well, it's a beautiful place to hunt. I've been here before. They got a lot of birds and a lot of great dogs, and it's just great being on the outside, watching the hunters come at you, driving the birds.
Rooster! Rooster!
Stallneckers are on fire down there.
There are different ways to leave your mark on the world. General Boomer and General Duke are American heroes whose exploits will be remembered for generations. David Stallnecker's legacy, well, it's a bit more relatable for most of us. He's a good father, and his legacy lives on through his son, GB. They share a love of the outdoors and enjoying this hunt thanks to a quick suggestion and a winning bid.
And I ran into Charlie Duke, started talking to him, and he said, hey, by the way, they're going to auction off a pheasant hunt up in South Dakota with me and Walt Boomer. So, of course, I asked Gunter Ben, and what was your response?
Yes?
Yes, I think so. We actually participated in the auction, and that's how we ended up here. Woo! Got all behind him, running my mouth. We have very little birding experience, in fact, very little shotgunning experience. We do most of our hunting down in Texas. We have a ranch, so we do a lot of predator control, a lot of feral hog control, things of that nature. Of course, whitetail hunting up in Oklahoma and some other places. But this is really our first real true wing shooting adventure, so it's been great for us.
All right, we're getting towards the end. It's gonna get hot here. Be ready.
That's close.
Hey, Rooster! Walt! Nice shot! He's a heck of a shot. Boom!
Rooster!
It's like walking in on a covey point. There you go! Nice shot! Yeah, this kind of stuff gets to be habit forming, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You think of all the ways you can spend money. There are many better ways than this.
Sporting Classics is brought to you by Winchester, the American legend. Winchester Repeating Arms. Walther, it's your duty to be ready. Silencer Central, silence delivered. Boomerx Air Guns, the year of the air gun hunter. Right On, see the difference. And by C-Run Cases, handmade and travel tough.
Rooster! General!
We're hunting pheasants at the legendary Paul Nelson Farm with a pair of living legends.
You ready? Oh, I got a couple in front of me here, guys. Rooster!
Quick shot Dorsey. I have to really be fast if I'm going to poach any of his birds. Tell ya.
Rooster!
Walt! All right, way to go, Walt. Nice shot.
General Walt Boomer served 34 years in the Marine Corps. He was awarded 2 Silver Stars during a combat tour in Vietnam and led all Marines in the Gulf War. Today, he spends his golden years at Brays Island, South Carolina, where we first met as neighbors.
I've known General Boomer now for several years. He and his wife, Sandy, are dear friends of ours. They have a home at Brays Island where we have a place as well. And that's a community built around hunting, wing shooting, shotgunning, and fishing, just the outdoor lifestyle. So we've traveled now around the world.
Right in the middle of the cornfield.
And General Duke, I've just gotten to know.
Willie Duke was one of the last astronauts on the moon.
No way. Are you serious?
So you pilots should really be something else.
That is incredible. Yeah. Well, it's an honor. It's an honor. That's incredible.
It's not every day you get to shake hands with a man who walked on the moon. Let's put it this way. No matter how far you think you've traveled, he's traveled farther. Walking alongside this man was the experience of a lifetime. And he was gracious enough to share a presentation about his out-of-this-world adventure.
The engines, what you can see lifting off, and the white stuff is ice. It all got shook off before you cleared the tower.
As earthbound humans, we are fascinated with flight, maybe even more so among bird hunters. But our feathered companions could never describe the sensation of defying gravity. On this night, we learned about it firsthand.
Now I'm trying to do this by myself, and with a little shovel, and I would have been cut from the cowboy, say, I couldn't catch that thing. We had a lot of little incidences like that, but we ended up collecting 93 kilos of moon rocks.
It's a very friable rock, apparently, Houston.
Okay, outstanding.
Science was certainly in the front seat. Of the 6 landings on the moon, the last 3, I think, were devoted completely to the science of it.
We'll sample right there and get you a scoopful of this underlying regolith.
General Duke will forever live in our history books as an astronaut, but he will also be remembered as a husband and a father. And he left one token behind on the surface of the moon, a photograph of himself, his wife, and his 2 sons. On the back he wrote, "This is the family of astronaut Charles Duke from planet Earth, who landed on the moon on April 20, 1972. There are many places where a proud father can hang a family portrait. Duke hung his on the moon, where it continues to tower above us all every day and every night."
The sun came up this afternoon. Got a little bit hot, but the hunt continues.
Here we go again. Afternoon hunt. Doesn't get any better than this.
Hey, Dad, nice shot.
Yeah, this is the first time for us to visit the great state of South Dakota. People are friendly, the birds are awesome, food's been great, wonderful hospitality, great place to be.
David and Gunter Ben Stallnacher are enjoying a picture-perfect day for father and son. They share a common bond through their love of the outdoors, and it's wonderful to see our sporting heritage in good hands as one generation passes it to another.
Part of a dream come true. Started when he was 18 months old. We've been getting him in the outdoors, hoping he'd love it, just like my wife and I do. And I think we're there.
Rooster!
I think he'll be an outdoorsman and a conservationist for all his entire life.
Rooster!
But see that big smile on his face? He's hooked.
Rooster!
Nice shot. Way to go, GB.
From passing down a passion to passing down a way of life, Paul Nelson Farm is the culmination of a dream of Paul Nelson, whose legacy lives on with his daughter-in-law, Tammy.
All right, I'm only gonna shoot if you miss. I'm just gonna back you up.
I haven't shot in like a year.
So
I
no
did shoot
pressure.
once last year.
Are the alibis coming out already?
Yeah, we'll tell some stories. You know what? I don't get out in the field very often, but when I get the invite, I try to take advantage at least for a little bit.
Good shooting.
Paul was my father-in-law. You know, Paul would say this was just a hobby that kind of got out of control.
Rooster, Tammy! Nice shot, Tammy.
Paul Nelson lived a big life, and even his death seems right out of a tragic tale. He was driving through South Dakota when his RV was picked up by a tornado and carried through the air. The legacy Paul left behind is more than the lodge he built. It's in the many hearts that he touched.
He was a dreamer, and I remember him telling me many times how when he started this hunting operation, he didn't let people's negativity or their disbelief in his dreams stop him. And he would tell me all the time, he goes, they're not always gonna succeed. Your dreams aren't always gonna make it. But when they do, it's worth it.
Paul Nelson Farm has always been about more than just the birds. It's a special place, built by a man who dreamed big and then made those dreams come true. For more epic wing shooting action, check out Call Time, my latest book and DVD set celebrating the world of bird hunting. It's the perfect gift for an avid wing shooter or for yourself. Order your autographed copy today.
Sporting Classics is brought to you by Winchester, the American legend. Winchester Repeating Arms. Walther, it's your duty to be ready. Silencer Central. Silence delivered. Boomerex Air Guns. The year of the air gun hunter. Negrini Cases. Ultralight, ultra strong. The pinnacle of Italian design and technology. And by Safari Club International. Join the fight to protect hunting across the country and around the world.
Rooster!
Good dogs. Good dogs. It's so much fun to watch the dogs work. I mean, that's almost as much fun as the hunting itself. So they're just awesome.
Good dog.
Got him.
Thank God for good dogs, huh? Thank God for good dogs and good dog trainers. Good dog. Yes. Dogs or something, aren't they? I mean, you talk about winning the lottery as a dog. Coming to Paul Nelson Farm is Disney World for the rest of us. I used to come as a kid to South Dakota when I couldn't afford to go to a lodge. I'd bring my setter, and it's one of those deals where you just kind of hunt what you could hunt, and there's enough public ground out here in big expanses. And I would come in the later season when there really wasn't a lot of hunting pressure. And now to be able to come here and enjoy lodges and camaraderie of people around the lodges, that's the whole deal, right? There's a great line, I think it's Robert Ruark who wrote, "At some point in my life, I might be willing to give up hunting, but I'll never be willing to give up the company of hunters." And I think when you come to a place like this and you share it with guys like General Boomer, General Duke, I mean, patriots, great Americans, it's a pretty special memory.
From the hunters to the guides, to the dogs to the birds in the field. When everything lines up just right, it becomes a waltz of sorts, a dance of pure and utter delight.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Jimmy! Holy cow!
What the heck?
That was awesome. Epic, in fact. There must have been 20 birds that came out of this side of the field.
Rooster!
This has been a lot of fun. This is probably the most bird-packed field we've seen all day.
General! Nice shot. Wow, great shot.
Rooster, right here.
Tell you what, somebody asks you where pheasants come from, you say right here.
Rooster! I'm out!
We should always celebrate these magical moments. Don't trudge through life when you can dance.
They're moving around up there. I can see him running up ahead.
Sir!
Nice, good shot, General.
Rooster! Rooster!
Oh, the humanity. Charlie! Nice! Oh, baby! Oh my God.
It is amazing.
Send ammo! Send
Jesus.
ammo! Hurry! It's a bad day for a pheasant. All right. Nice shooting. That was absolutely insane. Woof. This is you're blessed to be in South Dakota in the fall, but you're really blessed if you're at Paul Nelson Farm in the fall. It's living right to be here.
Yeah, you're right.
Some kind of a lottery.
To see that many birds get up is a marvelous sight. Yeah, truly.
There are all sorts of ways to leave your mark on the world. We autographed our bust for future pheasant hunters to see. Paul's Lodge will continue to create cherished memories for generations to come. The Stallnecker legacy is in good hands as David watches over his son, preparing for his own journey through life. General Boomer will be remembered for helping liberate a nation. And General Duke, well, he left footprints on the moon. As for me, well, I've lived a blessed life full of family, friends, and adventures. And I am forever grateful to be able to share these cherished memories with all of you.